I used to be the happiest person I know. And I'm not even exaggerating. I'm not saying I was the happiest person in the world, but I was the happiest person I know. Not because I had this amazing life filled with a lot of things and circumstances being perfect. No, actually, nothing in my circumstances changed. Nothing was perfect. It's just because I learned how to use my mind on purpose and focus on purpose instead of on autopilot, instead of reacting and looking at my surroundings and going from there. I chose the feeling I wanted first before I looked at my surroundings and the facts of my life. And I actually have no way of telling you how amazed I was that it was possible to get that happy. I do not have words for it. I didn't react to things. I wasn't cranky or annoyed and all of these things that is normally me. I was content. I was enjoying my everyday life. And then I forgot. I forgot how to be happy. Actually, that's not the truth. I didn't forget. Because what I learned about my mind and happiness cannot be unlearned. So it's actually impossible to forget. So that's the wrong word. I guess what I mean to say is that at some point I stopped reminding myself of the things that I know that makes it impossible for me not to be happy. As time went by, I guess I just went back. I fell back into my old thought patterns and beliefs, and I just started looking at the world around me and reacting and responding to that instead of choosing my feeling first. Instead of choosing how I wanted to feel before I looked at my surroundings, I looked at them first, and then I let my thoughts and my feelings be a product of that. And I stopped being the happiest person I know. And this kind of feels like me coming clean, because if you've seen any of my videos on this channel, everything I talk about is basically about how to use our minds on purpose to feel the best we can feel. But it's in these different packages. And I guess I just realized that why haven't I just cut straight to the point and start talking about what actually made me the happiest person I know? Because this is a one-size-fits-all recipe, and it's not about sitting for an hour every day meditating or doing these crazy reprogrammings. It's just so easy. So why haven't I just shared it just like this? Well, I will tell you why. It's because I'm kind of ashamed of myself, I think. I'm kind of disappointed in myself that I allowed myself to stop using this, because it literally gave me everything I wanted in my life. And I just stopped. And the reason I find it kind of embarrassing to admit that to myself and to you is because it doesn't really acquire anything other than what I already use every waking minute, which is my mind. So it's kind of like I held the magic wand and I could have everything I wanted, and I just dropped it and walked away from it. Who does that? But I know how I do it. No, I know why I did it. because I just stopped reminding myself of what I need to be conscious of in order to actually be happy. So I have now decided it's time to come clean. Stop the bullshit. Not that I'm saying what I've been talking about or doing is bullshit. It's actually really important stuff. But I'm just going to go straight to the core. I am going to go back into being the happiest person I know because I know how to be it. And it's so easy. Everyone can use it. And it is what I think we should be teaching in school. What everyone deserves to know. So let's just get to it, shall we? And I think maybe the reason I haven't just put it out like this, like I'm about to do now, is I've kind of been thinking, well, if I am not the happiest person I know anymore, or today, how can I just go ahead and teach you how to be it? Isn't that kind of you know the word. Phony, maybe? But it's not. It's actually a very important reminder that everything we learn and integrate, it won't just stay there by itself. We need to keep it fresh. And I am going to go back to being the happiest person I know by actually reminding my brain, reminding my mind of all of the things I knew and I was conscious of when I was the happiest person I know, because it will be impossible not to become the happiest person I know again if I just start using it. So I am planning to go through these very simple lessons step by step here, for me and for you at the same time, okay? Because you need to know this. So the first lesson I will remind myself of is actually what I found is the reason why I stopped being the happiest person I know. As I said, because I started to just react and respond to everything that was going on around me. Once we do that, we leave our happiness up to chance, right? Because that and that and that needs to happen if everything will be in line for me to feel good. Then we leave it up to chance, and we can have these days and we can have these days. I don't want none of that, because I had good days each and every day without even caring about my surroundings. Actually, that's wrong. I cared about my surroundings, but I chose how to look at them. I chose what I wanted to use my magic wand of a mind to focus on. And lesson number 1. I really need to remind my mind of this, and I think we all do. The first thing I learned that allowed me to unlock this happiness feature in myself sounds easy, but it's not. Or it's easy, but it's not like, oh, what's the word I'm looking for? Superficial or whatever. I'm just gonna cut to the chase. I learned that everything I want is to feel good, is to feel happy. Not all of the things, not all of the surroundings, not all of the money or people or houses and cars and travels. But I thought those were the things I wanted. Easily misunderstood, because all of those things and experiences that I wanted, that I do want today, I want them because I think they will make me feel good. I would never want any of the things that I want if I did not expect that it would make me feel good, happy, content, free, all of these good feelings. So, it doesn't matter if I want a healthy body, or a luxury house, or a lot of money, or a perfect garden, perfect friends. It doesn't matter. My dream career, everything is because I expect them to make me feel good. So, if I just put that into an umbrella, what I want in my life, the number one main goal I want in my life each and every second is to feel good. And then I have this picture of all of these things and goals that can lead me to feel good. When I have that, I will feel good. When I have done that, I will feel good. When I have vacation, I will feel good. When I cross that off my to-do list, I will feel good. When the children in my house behave, I will feel good, etc., etc., etc. All of these things are saying, I want to feel good. That is the number one lesson I need to remind myself of. Because once I forget that, and I forget that a lot, I forget that it's the feeling I want, and I go back to thinking it's the things and the surroundings and the happenings that I want, then I go back to leaving my happiness up to chance. That is what we all need to start thinking about, especially in these days, because what we see on social media, what we hear about, what people want is money, is freedom, is luxury travels, luxury clothing. It doesn't matter. We want to have the perfect life, and we should. But we shouldn't forget why we want those things. It doesn't matter who you are or where you live or what your starting point is. You want whatever you want because you want to feel good. And knowing that is what we actually need to get that feeling good all of the time. If you just put your wantings into these things and surroundings, you will not be happy unless you have them. And once you get one of them, if you're lucky enough to get that, you will maybe enjoy that for 10 seconds, and then you will go on to waiting to achieve the next goal. We know these things, but have we really thought about what's behind it? Because we are misunderstanding why we want those things. If you didn't want to feel good, you wouldn't want the things that you have. Now, the point of knowing that is also very related to this other lesson that we need to be aware of in order to actually feel happy every day, which is your thoughts determine your feelings. I know it sounds easy, but if you think about it, how often do you really just feel like your emotions and feelings is a direct response to what's happening to you? You didn't treat me well, so now I feel bad. It's raining on my holiday trip, now I feel bad. We are fighting, now I feel bad. I don't have a lot of money, now I feel bad. So we think that our feelings are these knee-jerk, programmed responses. It's like we think it's the only way to respond to these happenings. But the whole thing is, we don't have to respond to them, because if our feelings directly stems from what we think, we can just think about it in a different way. we can think about it in a different way and have this entirely different feeling towards it. So this is the main difference. If I react and respond to what happens or doesn't happen in my life, that will be knee-jerk automatic responses. So I can either feel good or I can feel bad. But if my thoughts are not just reacting, but I wake up and I remind myself that everything I want in my life is to feel good, and what determines if I feel good or not is my thoughts about things, I can choose already in the morning to feel good. I can have a lot less money than I should have, and I can feel good. It can be pouring down on my trip to Spain, and I can feel good. Let me just take one example. I live in Norway, and in Norway we have this automatic response to rain and cold days, because we want, especially in the summer, we want it to be sunny. And that's because we have dark, cold, rainy days most of the year, right? So it seems like the cultural automatic response in my country is to feel bad when the weather is bad. But is that the only true thought about rain? No. Say the farmers in Norway, they are dependent on their, I don't remember the English word, their produce. And if it has not been raining for many weeks, they lose their produce. They need rain. So while we stay at home feeling lousy because it's raining, they might be doing the rain dance, hoping for rain. And this example might seem like, what does this have to do with anything? But it has everything to do with everything, because it just shows the fact that there is not one single true thought about any situation that we need to think. There will always be several different thoughts to these things, and we just forget that. So we don't choose our thoughts about those things, we just allow the automatic response to come into that. But I can wake up when it is raining, and I can enjoy the smell of it, and I can see the beauty in it, and I can go outside and just sit under a roof and drink my coffee and find all of the good reasons to enjoy it being a rainy day. It sounds lame, maybe, but that little thing will do so much to my mood. And that, coupled with the fact that reminding myself that everything I want to feel good, of course, by knowing that, I choose to feel good on a rainy day. Because if everything I want is to be happy, why would I then choose the thoughts about that rainy day making me unhappy? But that's what I've been doing for a year. I have been reacting to the rain by old habit instead of choosing to dance in the rain. But I am done with that. I am going to use my thoughts on purpose, because once I just change my thought about the rain, my next thought about anything else will more likely also make me feel good, because that is how my mind works and responds to things. And we will get more into that, but you just stay tuned, because I am going to come back to being the happiest version of me, and so will you. If you are ready, stay tuned. We are going for it, okay?